What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of CMA Podcast. How is everybody doing? Back again. I don't know, guys. It's a bit of a crazy world this week. Why are my volumes so... There we go, that's a bit better. Yeah, nothing much happening this week in the world of fighting. I don't really have that much to talk about. Side note, never go on a podcast and get in front of your mic having just stuffed your face with M&Ms. Unless I'm branching out into like OnlyFans and get an ASMR section. I don't know. Right now I'm struggling, so apologies. And I'm not going to re-edit this. I'm not going to take it out. I'm going to acknowledge my flaws and show you guys that I'm not perfect. No way, Dave. You're not perfect? Yeah. So yeah, not that much happening this week in the world of fighting. So don't have that much to talk about. What are we going to talk about today? Well, first of all, this is my second attempt at recording this podcast. I recorded it yesterday and I was about to post it. And with the utmost respect and like with an attempt to be as honest and as open as possible with you guys, I was about to post it and I was just like, what am I talking about? It was clearly not my best work. Do not click send or post and just redo it today. So that's what I'm going to do. And then it reminded me of the beginnings of me starting this podcast and few guests that I had recorded episodes with where it's just like either I'm off or they're off, or it was just not entertaining at all. It was just, this could have been a WhatsApp message. This could have been an email, you know. So I decided against posting it and redoing it or whatever. It's just like, sometimes with guests, you don't have chemistry and it ends up being a shitty conversation. And that's what I want to avoid completely. I want to put out only good content, and here's my attempt at that. So again, with fights, nothing happening this weekend, and people complain, there's nothing this weekend, but the market is oversaturated. When I started watching, especially with UFC, there was 4 pay-per-views per year, and you only got to see the main card. There was no prelims. If fights ended early in the main card, you'd get to see some prelims, highlights and things like that. But nowadays you're spoiled for choice. You've got the early prelims, the prelims, and you've got the main card, the post-fight press conference. Everything is there available online for you. But back in the day, it was not. You know, you were really starved. And I think it made it more special when it was that, you know, first pay-per-view card of the year, and it was exciting. You got friends over, bought the pay-per-view, beer, pizza, drunken madness, ended up with rolling on the ground because if you are a fight fan, you probably have mats in your apartment, and yeah, it was a good time. But I'm actually very happy that there's no fights this weekend because it allows that break and that anticipation for the weekend after. Excuse me. Next week, again, M&M's, really, really bad choice. Next week is UFC 273. I just recorded a breakdown with Mr. Burt Green from the Burt Locker. So I hope you guys enjoy that. I'll post that on Fight Day next week. But really cool conversation. Love talking to that guy. And yeah, let's see what happens. UFC 273. Excited for that one. 2 title fights. Stacked card. Raquel Pennington is fighting that night. Raquel Pennington was on CMA Podcast. Go back and check out an episode of that with her. Looking forward to seeing all of those fights. But yeah, this week, nothing. No UFC. No. Well, I'm sure there's fights somewhere, but I'm just going to take a little break this weekend. Housekeeping with the gym. Unfortunately, we still have no signed deal for the gym for City Martial Arts here in Lucerne, Switzerland. tough negotiating last week with one place. I sent an offer to another place and nothing came back. But I'm also trying not to talk too much about the gritty details on this podcast, because you never know who's listening, and they could be just like, that guy, that Dave's an asshole, and they're right. You know what I mean? But yeah, the struggle continues with City Martial Arts. We're finding it very hard to find a place. If anyone is listening who knows somewhere in Lucerne city centre who can send our information to them and say, hey, listen, I know you got an open space there. We got a business for you. So yeah, that's my goal. And I'm looking at all places, like for a gym, for a mixed martial arts gym, for a boxing gym, for a fitness gym. You need a big open space. You need obviously showers and a changing room. But you need, like the issue that we had prior to the pandemic was noise. You need to have no apartments underneath you or above you or next to you. So a lot of the commercial property in Lucerne is surrounded by apartments, and you can't really go in there and put on your music and hit your boxing bag and spar and all the wonderful things that come with being in a gym. So most of the businesses or most of the letting agents and real estate guys, they just want to deal with like office space companies and libraries and nice, quiet, obedient people who don't make too much noise and don't give them too much trouble. That's not us. We make a lot of noise. But that's the goal. Keep looking, keep searching. Seeing 2 places today. So my goal is to see 2 places every day, just to get out those numbers. But the contingency plan is, we have survived the cold of winter. The contingency plan is, we've got 2 places in Lucerne where we trained. One is on Karl Spittler Quay, which is up the lakeside. Big open green. Advertising campaign hopefully coming out next week to get boxing amze. Lady boxing, fitness boxing, teenagers, the regular guys that come to boxing in general. Do more classes, fitness based classes, not specifically boxing. But that's the plan. And as a contingency, to get outside, it's summertime. It worked over the summer. When it's raining, we've got another place on the other side of Lucerne, which is not too far from the end of Palatustrasse. And getting people there when it's raining, we've got a cover. So we're covered either way. These M&Ms are destroying my life right now. What's your opinion on M&Ms? Drop a comment. So yeah, that's what we're going to do. Now, it's been a full year since we've been giving classes outside for free. That cannot continue. We need to show and generate revenue. Otherwise, we have to change our organizational structure to like a non-profit or a charity organization. We're not non-profit. We're not charity. So I have to start charging for classes, and that's very difficult when you don't have showers, changing rooms, equipment, everything that goes along with a gym. So I've come up with a plan and a very competitive pricing plan and structure to get people there and to entice people and to motivate people to get goddamn healthy. I lost 15 kgs last year. 1 full year of consistent training, 15 kgs. I still eat shit. I still eat like fatty foods, burgers, chips, French fries. I drink beer. I eat Swiss chocolate, delicious. But I still trained hard. I was consistent every week. I missed like 2 weeks over the course of a year, and I lost 15 kgs. So I don't know. You tell me what that is. But yeah, let's motivate people to get there and get to us at City Martial Arts outside for right now, training consistently, and each class with no contract is going to cost you 5 Swiss francs. You're going to get a receipt. That money is going to be demonstrated on our books. Nothing goes into my pocket. And I think that's very fair. It's been a year where I've offered free classes, but I can't do that anymore. So that's what we're going to do. It's $5 per class. You don't show up, you don't pay nothing. No contracts, nothing. And it's $5 cash, done. I'll give you a receipt at the end of training, and we'll see you then next class. That's the goal. I think that's very competitive. I think that's very fair. It's not my goal to stay outside. I'm constantly looking for new places to bring city martial arts inside. But that's where we're at right now. It sucks. There's a lot of places available outside the city centre, but with people who don't have cars and transport in general, and the fact that we're called city martial arts, we don't want to be outside the city, But that's what the pandemic has done, and we just got to work with the cards we were dealt with. So other than that, what else are we going to talk about? Can we talk briefly about that absolute moron, Will Smith? Now, the whole world's talking about it. Yes, it is a distraction, but I think it's worth talking about in the sense of real life in real time and what people should and shouldn't do. I don't give a fuck about that absolute dumbass, but what he did was wrong. What he's doing is demonstrating that it's okay to engage in this type of behavior. And don't get me wrong, if anybody disrespected or put my wife's life in danger, I'd slap the shit out of them. Absolutely. But if you are at an Oscar show and a comedian is on stage telling jokes and you're laughing at the joke, but you see your wife isn't laughing, don't be an absolute dumbass. Get on stage and slap the shit out of that comedian because he said words. Words. When I was a kid, when I was young, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Well, now words are destroying people, cancelling people, putting people in jail. What has happened to the world? We've become so soft. We've become so alienated from reality. It's actually quite sad. So what happens now? Some influential kid sees that and goes, so you disrespect my girlfriend, my wife, I'm going to slap the shit out of you with no consequence. No. There's rules for the billionaires and the rich guys and all those Hollywood actors and stuff. And there's rules for everyday schmucks like you and me. So don't slap the shit out of anybody. And if you do, don't get caught. Don't do it on live television. You absolute dumbass. And that's all I'm going to say about that, because I don't want to turn this one into another ranting one where I delete it too. But yeah, that sucked. Now he's very popular. Everybody's talking about him. It's all trending on Twitter and, no consequences. You can do whatever you want. No consequences. Fucking bullshit. Don't want to talk about anything too sad, but I'm a huge Foo Fighters fan. Was going to go see them in June. They were going to play in Basel in June in Switzerland. I saw them play in Bern in, was it 2019, 2018? I don't know when it was. I've lost the concept of time since the pandemic because of obviously. But I saw the Foo Fighters live. I wanted to see them live this summer. Unfortunately, in Bogota, Colombia, the drummer Taylor Hawkins was found in his hotel room. He'd passed away. There's reports of the toxicology report being released, but I don't know if that's true. It should take longer than 24 hours for that to be released to the public. But there's skepticism of concoctions of drugs. It wouldn't surprise me, but it's sad because more so than the rock star persona, the guy behind the drums, he comes out and sings from time to time, but he's got like a wife and 3 kids, And that becomes reality, you know. Yeah, I get it. There's a war going on and there's injustice all over the world. But when I'm a fan of this band and I'm attached personally to this band, I've seen this band live. It makes it more, not about me, but it makes it more real for me, I guess. Like when Lemmy from Motorhead passed away, like I was devastated that day. I was in a bad mood for that whole day. You know, but I don't want to like make this about me or whatever. But yeah, huge Foo Fighters fan, devastated to hear the news of Taylor's passing. 50 years of age, you know, obviously living the sex, drugs and rock and roll lifestyle. That catches up on you. It takes its toll mentally. I believe he's been on antidepressants, which makes no sense to me because it's goal achieved. He's a rock star. He's in one of the most successful bands in the world ever, statistically speaking. You've got millions in the bank, a wife, 3 kids, and you still need antidepressants. It's like, that makes no sense. I'd love to know more about that. But yeah, respect to Mr. Taylor Hawkins, huge Foo Fighters fan. I've been listening to Foo Fighters all week. On top of Foo Fighters, I've been listening to all week. I've also been listening to Meshuggah all week. For the first time in 2.5 years, I purchased a concert ticket. I got a concert ticket. I actually hadn't been to I go to a concert like once or twice a month before the pandemic. And my address was wrong on the Ticket Corner website. So it's been that long since, because I moved apartments and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to see Meshuggah in next month in Zurich. Very excited for that one. But yeah, I guess we're getting back to normal. I guess the earth is resetting itself. God damn it, it's about time. I need a beer. Guys, quick word from our sponsors. Guys, go get yourselves a Lucerner beer if you're in the Lucerne area. It is delicious, ice cold and very smooth. I am a huge fan of Lucerner beer, and they have partnered with us and have put their trust in us to push their product. I'm all about buying local. I swear, the last couple of years, you hear the news about the cargo ships and everything, and it drives me absolutely bonkers. No, buy local. You will make someone's day. Buying local, and your stuff won't be stuck in a cargo ship in the middle of a fucking canal somewhere. Go get yourselves a Lucerner beer if you drink alcohol. Make sure you drink responsibly. With this, I want you to take a picture of you drinking the Lucerner beer and post it on your social media, tagging us and tagging them. I want you to hit the hashtag CMA Lucerner beer to be in with a shot of having the coolest picture, getting a free case of beer directly from the brewery in Bergenstrasse 16. Again, guys, Lucerner beer for me is the way to go. I love their stuff. I don't buy any other beer right now. I'm very happy with it, and you will too. So Lucerner beer, we thank them and they thank you, and you thank us. Rock and roll. Guys, we are also sponsored by Lola Tong. Lola Tong is a really cool, awesome company based here in Lucerne, Switzerland, and they have also partnered up with us. Go to their website, check out their stuff. You've got baggy hoodies, t-shirts, tracksuits, general fashion that's going to make you look good, make you feel good. Right now, I got my dad hat, and I think it's pretty goddamn sexy. When I walk out, I got my dad hat, I feel, I guess, much better. You know, you get the look, it's like, oh my God, he's wearing Lola Tong. You know, that kind of way. And you could look that good too. Go check out lolatong.com and they will deliver straight to you. Now, yes, they're a local business here in Lucerne, but it's an online business. So it doesn't matter where you are in the world, South Africa, China, Japan, Russia, Ukraine, Afghanistan, Australia, Canada, South America, the Antarctic, go get yourself a Lola Tong apparel or any one of their accessories. They are growing fast, and they are goddamn good at what they do. Here's the kicker. You go to lolatong.com, make a purchase, and at checkout, hit the promo code CMA for a 10% discount. Once again, promo code CMA, 10% off any of your lolatong.com offers and purchases. You won't be dissatisfied with their service, guys. Trust me, I shop with them all the time. lolatong.com CMA with the promo code for a 10% discount. All right, that's a quick word, as I said, for our sponsor, from our sponsors. Guys, if you're in the Lucerne area or in general, I'm not going to limit myself. If you guys want to get on board the City Martial Arts Train CMA podcast, I am open to suggestions. I'm open to negotiation. If you guys want me to push your product, your service, your company on this platform, please reach out to me directly. I'm looking for more sponsors. I want to see, can I get this podcast bigger and bigger and bigger with no limitations. I do it in my spare time. So for me, it's hilarious and fun. So I don't want to be the guy in the suit sitting down and, I just do this in a whim. And I think that's what Joe Rogan did. He started in his basement or his living room with 3 guys and just started talking about life and fighting and mushrooms and DMT and dimethyltryptamine and marijuana and everything. And look at him 15 years later, just did a podcast for fun. And now he's worth well over $100 million. Hilarious. But yeah, that's where we're at now with the world. Again, guys, there is not that much to talk about today, so I'm going to wrap this one up. Just some housekeeping about City Martial Arts. We're still trying very hard, and I will not stop until goal is achieved, to get back inside, put up the boxing bags, get the boxing ring in, put up the cage, and just get back to normal training. I don't want people to think that this platform is just a podcast where we talk about fights. The goal is, I'm doing this at the bar in my apartment right now. The goal is to get the fucking gym back up and running and to do the podcast in the gym and have guests come from the local area, whatever, Zoom if it's around the world or whatever. But the plan has not changed. We are going to be back. If it takes 1 month or 10 more months, I don't give a shit. I am motivated to get this monster back in the bedroom. What would you say? Get this monster back amongst the people who are scared. You could say, get this train back on the tracks. Will I leave that in? I'll leave that in. I think that was much better. That was a good recovery, I think, right? All right. But yeah, that's the goal. This is not just a podcast platform where I post pictures and videos of fights and talk about fights and stuff. We are a boxing and mixed martial arts gym, fitness gym. We are going to get back inside. The podcast will be done from the gym, preferably in the ring with 2 sofas and a table. But the goal and the plan has not changed. I'm staying motivated. I'm staying positive. Work is tough. Work is hard, but we're going to get there. And I would like, in my minuscule struggling sense right now, motivate someone to invest in yourself too. And to put in the work and put in the time to find your goals and your passions. I think we were, the memes on social media says, we were born to do more than just go to a job and pay bills. And this is, I think, my calling, and I want to succeed, and I want to motivate someone else to do the same. So if you've got a passion, if you've got a goal, if you've got a plan, follow it. I'm following mine right now. and I'm having so much fun. And it's a different stress. It's a much, much different stress. The stress of everyday life, following other people's rules, that's a stress. But following your own rules, it's a fucking pleasure. So long may it continue. And let's see where we are in 1 year. You know what I mean? This is the fun part for me. I'm forecasting. Again, Lucerner beer. Get yourself a Lucerner beer and post it on social media with the hashtag CMA Lucerner beer. You will be in with a shot to have a free case of beer at the end of every month directly from the brewery here in Lucerne. Also, we are sponsored by lolatong.com. Go to lolatong.com, make a purchase, and at the promo code section, enter the promo code CMA for a 10% discount. Drop a comment, hit me with the like, help me get this goddamn thing off the ground further. I'm very excited and very motivated to succeed. If you guys want to come on the podcast, if you've got anything to say, we want to talk about everything: politics, religion, fights, music, beer, clothing, the weather. I don't give a fuck. I just want to talk and bounce a conversation. If you want to get on the podcast, reach out at City Martial Arts on Instagram. Check out our stories on Instagram. I'll be posting every week where we're going to train and what we're going to do. And let's see where we are. Let's keep this train rolling. Guys, thank you very much for listening, and have a wonderful day, week, month, and year. Rock and roll.